Okay, I have another unboxing, and this time it is the Vivitar Creator Series full color key light. And the reason I'm interested in this is because, well, right now I have 2 ring lights. Since it's like a flat surface, I thought maybe this would be a nice soft light that maybe filled more space. It might not do any of that, I have no idea. When I have the box here, it makes my face really red, and that amuses me. I won't waste too much of your time here. It just says it includes a remote, 180-degree adjustable rotating phone holder, full color key light, desktop stand, and a screw. Just one. Let's go ahead and get out our space knife, and let's open this thing. I thought this was a return at first, because I did get this on sale for $5. I think they're just trying to get rid of them, but the seals are still all there. I think it just maybe ripped off the thing that they had it hanging on. At least it's not a return, I guess. Alright. Oh, there's the handle. I guess it fell down inside the box. Man, that's really in there. Oh, it's actually kind of bigger than I expected it to be. Do keep in mind this thing only goes to like 35 inches tall. It can be a lot shorter than some stands that you put ring lights on. Not all of them, but one of the ones I use is pretty tall. It sits on the floor and it goes all the way up to here. So if you want this to sit on the floor, 35 inches isn't going to be that high. Let's see. This looks like the thing that holds your phone onto it. Looks like the stand. We'll open this up here in just a second. Let me get everything out. There's the light and the cable. And what's underneath here? Some literature. Oh man, what is this? This is hefty. Oh, okay. It's the stand to keep it on the floor. It's got some girth to it. I do hope this gives off like a more full lighting experience. Is light something we experience? Let's check out the leg. It's a lot of knobs. Let's extend this thing out, see how long it gets. My only beef with this stand really is that it's not long enough. If you're just sitting it on maybe a table and you're kind of having it aimed down at you, that's fine, but this is clearly not long enough to use it sitting on the floor unless you have it aimed up at you, but I don't think you're gonna want those shadows from light hitting you from the bottom up. So it'd be about this tall if you used it that way. Still pretty short. Let's get this thing plugged in and we'll see what it looks like. Maybe I'll just like hold it up over here and I will turn that ring light off and we'll see if it's any different. I don't think this thing came with a brick to plug this into. Keep that in mind also. Unless I find one, I'll look again, but I don't think it did. So let me go get one of those too. Real quick before we turn it on, this is the thing that holds the phone. Gets pretty big. Probably would hold most phones. You also got a remote. Has a whole bunch of little options on there. But yeah, I don't see a brick to plug this into. So if you're gonna buy one of these, buy a little brick thingy. I mean, I guess you could plug it right into your computer, but I just don't like using any more power from my laptop, so I always just use external things. Okay, it's plugged in. Apparently there's buttons on the back too. So let's turn this thing on and see what it looks like. Oh wow, that is pretty bright. You can't tell, but there's like a rainbow effect going around the side of it. I'm very yellow right now. There, now you can see the rainbow. Why do I keep calling this a rainbow? Let me see if I can just find a regular flat white color. What's M do? Oh, that's real bright. Like a punch in the face. How do I just make it white? I will say, this is pretty cool for getting this for $5. I could see why it was originally like 25 or 30. It does do some neat things. But most of those neat things I probably won't ever use, especially the flashing light stuff. I'm trying not to like show a whole lot of flashing lights just in case. And I also don't want to like mess with my own head with the flashing lights. So I'm trying to like look at it, but not look at it at the same time. I'm just trying to find a white light. No. Ah, right on the remote, it says white mode. Let's turn that on. Oh my God, it's so bright. Okay, I'll turn this off and then we're gonna turn off these ring lights. Okay. Now we're just gonna have this one thing here. This is like max brightness, but we're gonna put it right where I have my other key light. Keep in mind, this is a key light. A key light is the most important light you can use. It is the key light. It's the main light. So my other key light is there and we'll turn it on. It's so bright, but it is a nice full color, but I probably would never use it that bright because my eyes will melt out of their sockets. So let's turn that down a little bit. No, you see, that's purple. I need, oh, here, So that's a nice soft color. Is it any different than the ring light though? That's the ring light. Well, maybe it is slightly different. I can't tell. I think there's more light, but this is also the lowest setting. So let's turn it up slightly. It is kind of a fuller kind of a look. Let's see. I would probably keep it maybe there. And then if you add my other ring light to it, looks pretty good. I don't know how much different it really is from the ring light, but it's gotta be better. I mean, it's a full light as opposed to a circle, and I could be fully blue if I wanted to, or I could be red too. There's also yellow, which I guess is if you want to go for the jaundice look. Like imagine if I had a light behind me hitting me, and you had like a light above you to light up the back of you to kind of separate you from your background. I think this is a pretty nice light. I could use my phone light. Yeah, imagine I had a better light behind me, and then we had this key light right here. That would probably be a pretty decent lighting setup. Why don't I do that actually? One thing I'm not exactly sure how to do is adjust the white light. Like my ring lights have like a warm and a cool and kind of a medium setting, whereas the white setting for this I think is just white. It just says white mode, and then there's a color mode, and then effects. But I can't really find a way to make the white mode look different. And I don't really know how many effects this thing has, but when you push the effects button, it just kind of adds that rainbow effect around the side. So there, I said it again. Now again though, if you're gonna use it on the stand, you wanna sit it on top there, put the screw in there so it like, whoops, so it holds in place. But again, it's only gonna be about this tall, and I'll show you what I mean about the lighting not being good from this angle. Okay, do you see what I mean? The shadows from this angle are awful as opposed to when you have it up high like this. So you want your lights up high, or at least somewhat level to your face. You don't want it down here where it's just giving you awful shadows. So unless you're sitting this stand on a desk and making it sit up higher, I would recommend having a different stand for it. So anyway, yeah. I think this thing's pretty cool. And even if I paid $25 or $30 for it, I would still probably be pretty happy with it. It seems to do the job. The only thing I'm a little bummed about is there's no adjustment for the white light that I can find. And you can't really make it like a cool white or a warm white, it's just white. But the white that it does put out seems pretty good, so that's really not that big of a deal, I guess. The thing is with Vivitar is that company is not what it used to be, and they kind of focus on just making like cheap products now, and a lot of them look cool until you get them home and you open them up and you start using them and you're like, I don't know about this. Luckily this thing though, so far seems to be pretty decent. One thing I was worried about with this is that I'd plug it in and when I turned it on it would make this weird like high frequency noise. I bought a Walmart brand ring light one time and it did that and it drove me insane, and I had to return it because it just pierced through my head and it drove me nuts. So luckily this don't make any weird noises. The shortcomings is it doesn't seem to be a way to change the white light from cool to warm, and the stand it comes with is pretty short. But other than that, it's a light and it will light your face. It coming with a phone holder is pretty cool too, because if you're using your phone to record videos or even streaming from it, you know, you got everything right in front of you that you need. See, the remote has a tune color button and it also has left and right arrows at the top too. And I was hoping maybe one of those would be the ones that, you know, adjust your white warmth and coolness. They seem to just kind of do the same thing. So I'm editing right now actually, and I have the light set up already. This is after everything, and I noticed that the effects button, it does have more than one effect. If you hit effects and you go left and right on these arrows, that's how you cycle to different effects. For some reason earlier, I didn't find it. I didn't know it was there. For some reason I was thinking it only had one effect, but it does have more than one. And also I kind of noticed that this light kind of makes everything look more colorful, but like a correct color. Like the light looks more warm and things look a little better, I think. I don't know why, but it seems like this light makes my camera pick up light better and color better. Don't know why. So I think that's a pretty good look at the light. It's a light, it does things, it lights up stuff. And when it comes down to it, that's all you really need with a light, is for it to light up and work. And it does that. So yay. But hopefully this video was helpful. And if you watched this video, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. It means a lot to me. And maybe I will see you around on the internet again someday. Later.